Overnight, Russia carried out a devastating aerial assault on Ukraine, killing at least 25 people and injuring dozens more. The strike hit 2 9-story apartment buildings in the western city of Ternopil, and among the dead were 3 children. Over 70 people sustained injuries, and many remain missing as emergency crews comb through the rubble. Ukrainian officials say that Russia launched 476 drones and 48 missiles in this single barrage. The targets weren't limited to residential buildings. The assault also struck energy and transportation infrastructure, plunging parts of the country into emergency power cuts on an already frigid night. The scale and intensity of this strike underscore a larger, tragic pattern in this war. Russia continues to rely heavily on drone and missile attacks to pressure Ukraine, both militarily and psychologically. These are not isolated incidents, but part of an ongoing campaign that has claimed countless civilian lives, damaged critical infrastructure, and deepened the suffering of ordinary people. Since Russia's full-scale invasion began in 2022, Ukraine has repeatedly borne the brunt of these attacks. In recent months alone, there have been numerous large-scale air assaults, hundreds of flying objects hitting cities, power grids, and homes. Despite Ukraine's air defenses managing to intercept a significant number of drones and missiles, many still get through, wreaking havoc and leaving destruction in their wake. This pattern reflects Russia's broader strategy: to degrade Ukraine's capacity to resist by systematically targeting not just military assets, but civilian infrastructure. By doing so, Moscow seeks to demoralize the population, strain Ukraine's economy, and erode its ability to sustain the war effort. At the same time, these attacks further isolate civilians, many of whom live under constant fear of the next strike. For Ukrainians, this means living with the constant risk of bombardment, displacement, and loss. Families are torn apart, homes reduced to rubble, and communities scarred by grief. The humanitarian toll is enormous and growing, and efforts to rebuild are always at risk of being undone by the next wave of violence. Internationally, the situation remains deeply tense. Ukraine is demanding more air defense support, stronger sanctions on Russia, and greater diplomatic pressure. Meanwhile, Russia continues to frame these attacks as retaliatory measures. But for many in Ukraine, they feel like acts of terror. As the world watches, the resilience of the Ukrainian people is being tested like never before. Their struggle is not just about survival, but about defending their homes, their lives, and their right to exist as a sovereign nation. This war, nearly 4 years in, continues to claim innocent lives, and the path to peace remains agonizingly unclear.